What's up, everybody? Doing something a little new today. Hopefully you got a notification because this stream is going to be pretty short. I'll explain why here in a minute. Just sending out a few texts and notifications here. Really busy day for me, busy week, and there's going to be some definite changes in what I stream and maybe how often. I'm going to try to stream different events, but we're going to miss a lot of UFCs and those evening events for a while. Let's go to the chat. Anybody in here yet? So if you watch this later, I'm just going to do a quick recap and also explain, like I said, what's going on here. I only got about 15 minutes to stream here, and I got to go to work. So I just recently got a new job, and I'm not complaining about the pay. Everything is great. Monetary wise, we needed a shift with the family. We got got some major stuff going on. I'll just say that with the family, and I'll share more of that when we have maybe more people in here. But for now, let's do some results. Let's do some breakdown. If you're just coming in, Marius Pudzianowski and Eddie Hall was earlier today. That did not go Mario Pudzianowski's way. I'm sure he's kind of wishing he didn't come back. I think he's 46 years old. Eddie Hall, just a much bigger man. Sorry about the camera earlier. That looks much better. But obviously, like I said, a much bigger man in Marius Pudzianowski was taking on Eddie Hall. I think Hall was like 70 pounds bigger, younger dude. Knocked him out in 30 seconds if you didn't see it. KSW this morning. I think the replay is all over online. Let's see, we're about to switch over here. What's up, Chef Johnson? Arcade Chaos. Boy, it just seems every day. What's going on, guys? I was just mentioning earlier, this is going to be a pretty short stream. I just started a new job, an old job I did before in the past, but going back to it, I'm kind of back at the bottom of the totem pole as far as shifts. They took care of me very well monetarily. I think I can only say so much about that, just in case this were to leak anywhere. But no, I'm very happy about that. But I'm on the 3:30 to midnight shift until I hear otherwise. So I'm going to try to stream some of the other events. Sometimes it'll be early mornings, maybe. Probably a lot of early mornings, or just when I get a day off. I'm off next week, Thursday and Friday, so I think there's probably some stuff on Friday we'll try to get to. The community's not going anywhere, so I don't want anybody to worry about that. But I'm going to be at work today. I just can't stream the event. What's up, Arcade Chaos? Cheers, my friend. Chef Johnson, yo, heard Hall took him to school. Yeah, it was quick and brutal, man. I mean, it really was. Just quick and brutal is about the only way you can describe it. Yeah, that much bigger. I think it was at least 70 pounds. Howdy, Arcade. Howdy, Mike. Going live tonight. No, sir. This is very important to me, but as you guys know, doesn't make me a ton of money nowadays. It's not why I'm in it nowadays. I I appreciate the donations. I love them. We got a lot going on with the family right now. My wife has possibly a major illness. She's going to end up having to take off the rest of this school year here in a few weeks, and I'll try to. She's going to have a hysterectomy. She's got some growth, and we hope that it's not cancer, but it's got to be removed. And the way this one goes is it's going to be removed, and then they'll study it afterwards to see if it was cancer. But even if it is cancerous, hopefully they're able to get all that out. But whenever that happens, she's going to miss the rest of the school year. She really doesn't have any sick pay yet. So I'm back at work, figuring this out. I got an offer for a great opportunity monetarily wise, and it just seems like it would have been selfish to not take it. Say a prayer for your wife, Mikey. Thank you, Arcade. Got my bank account back. Awesome. Chef Johnson, thank you, sir. Welcome to Top Contender. And I got to give a shout out. I said this is going to be super quick, so no formal donation thing or anything right now. I just didn't have time to set anything up. But I want to throw a shout out to King James. We'll put him on the donation. What do you want to call it? Plaque. Next time we're live. Big $100 donation from King James. So if you're out there, King James, appreciate that, brother. Let's go over some results. Anybody that wants to call in, let's put the phone number up here. This is, I know this is a bit wonky right now, but let me figure out how to get the phone number up. If you already have it, go ahead and call in 425-791-8730. And just real quick, if you want to call in, give any predictions on today's card. Of course, it's going to be Garry versus Carlos Prates. That's a card, honestly, I'm sad about missing. Not that I like to miss any of the UFC cards, but I expect that fight to be just absolute fireworks. So 425-791-8730 is the number here on Fights with Friends. King James, what's up? Phil D. Roll in the house. What's going on, my man? Like I said, just real quick stream today. I'm not even going to get everything up on the screen here. I'm just going to go over it. Fight fans, tonight, Chris Eubank versus Conor Benn. That should be a great fight. Let me see. What are you watching? Oh, jeez, and this piece of crap computer. Sorry for the stall there. Apparently, I'm just going to read this off my phone. But yeah, Eubanks versus Conor Benn later. I said that I think that should be a great fight. Let me know what you guys think. If there is a pay-per-view, if there's something out there that's worth pay-per-view right now, I mean, it's out there. I wouldn't pay $75 or whatever. I don't know. What the price is for the pay-per-view, because I just haven't looked into it. I knew I wasn't going to be able to watch it today. So, but let's break down this fight card here, though, real quick. For those that don't remember, this was supposed to be Jamal Hill and why can't I think of his name? Khalil Roundtree. Supposed to be Jamal Hill and Khalil Roundtree. That would have been a great fight. I think Garry and Prates is just as good a fight, if not better. If you want to mention anything on the prelims, shout it out there. Give me your predictions. But I'm just going to go through the main card real quick. Iskram Aliskerov versus Andre Muniz. That opens up the main card, which will start at 6 p.m. Pacific, 9 p.m. Eastern. The prelims will be starting here just in 20 minutes on ESPN Plus. And sorry, I have to leave like pretty much right when they start, if not a few minutes before. Ikram Aliskerov, he's a big favorite, plus 410. Or excuse me, minus 550. Andre Muniz is the underdog at plus 410. I see little value in Muniz. He does have some good submissions. He's getting older. Ikram Aliskerov, that guy's an absolute monster right now. Maybe the best Russian at middleweight right now because, you know, the big guy, Hamzat Chimaev, he's not Russian. I believe he's from Chechnya. Randy Brown versus Nicholas Dalby. Randy Brown coming into this one minus 238 favorite. Dalby plus 200. Both these guys have been around for a while. I just think Randy Brown's got more left in the tank. He's got more ways to finish this fight. Don't sleep on Dalby, but I wouldn't take a risk on him at plus 200. Michel Pereira versus Abis, however you say it, Magomedov of Germany. I think this fight, these odds, honestly, this is a Magomedov bias. This is like a Russian wrestler last name bias. Michel Pereira, he's got great takedown defense. Despite the Magomedov name, Abis, he doesn't really do anything, in my opinion, at top UFC level. This is not a guy you're going to see in the top 15, in my opinion. You guys can quote me on that, and I feel pretty confident that you're not going to be telling me I told you so down the road. Michel Pereira over Abis Magomedov at minus 142. That is my lock of the week. Co-main event, this could easily be the fight of the night. Giga Chikadze, David Enama, both these guys absolutely electric. The over-under on this fight, I believe, was 1.5 rounds. Yeah, don't miss that one. That's in that magical 3 spot, and I think they're going to carry on that tradition of great fights in the 3 spot. Co-main event, probably not a co-main event fight if it's not for our retirement here. And man, they did Lionheart dirty here, in my opinion. Anthony Lionheart Smith, it's going to be the last fight of his career. He's fought a million fights, of course, and he's 40-something and 21. Dude literally has like 70 fights. Probably should have retired 3 years ago. He's taking on Zhang Ming Yang of China. Anthony Smith comes into this one at plus 390. Ming Yang, UFC, like I said, did Anthony Smith no favors. He's a 520 favorite. I like the dog money on this. So my underdog pick of the week, remember, underdog pick, doesn't mean I'm super confident. Means I really love the odds here. Anthony Smith at plus 390. Very motivated Anthony Smith, I think, for his last ever fight in the octagon. So I'm going to take Anthony Smith as my underdog of the week. Main event of the evening, Ian Machado, Garry, Carlos Prates. 5 rounds, of course, guys. What a matchup. I know Ian Garry is upset that he's not the one getting the title shot over Jack Della Maddalena, but I guess Dana White only throws a guy into a title shot after a loss if it's certain guys. And you guys know who I'm talking about. Carlos Prates, this guy's been up and coming forever. I just think Gary's better than Prates. I think he's better at striking. I don't think he's really going to have to worry about Prates' takedown. Prates isn't exactly an expert wrestler, but Machado has absolutely incredible takedown. He's really surprised me in the UFC. He's way better than I thought he was. And I'm going to take Ian Machado Garry on this one at minus 130. This fight could really go either way, of course. But if I had to bet on it, minus 130 for Garry, plus 110 for Prates. I'm taking the slight favorite, Ian Garry. Let me know what you guys think down here in the comments. We go to the comments section. Thanks everybody for tuning in to a quick one. Finally got ESPN Plus back, and now I hear talks about Netflix potentially. I think they're gonna go somewhere else. Anyways, I gotta do a longer video or live stream on that. But Netflix denied the first kind of demand by the UFC. They want $1 billion a year. Netflix says, no, we're not going to do that. But Netflix also did the same thing with WWE. They jockeyed back and forth. They acted like they didn't want them. And then, of course, they ended up signing it. How you can have WWE over UFC? If you had to pick one, that to me is kind of preposterous. 60th fight, crazy. Yes, it is, Phil. Yeah, I think Anthony CTE went and came back again. That's how long he's been fighting. Dude, you're not joking. PBR Street Gang, what's up, my friend? Hi, MMA Mike. Hello to all in chat. Hello to you, sir. Hope things are going good on your end. What's up, Fights of Friends family? The drunken charge, Robert Kerrigan in the house. How you doing, my friend? Hope you're healthy, wealthy. Well, hope you're healthy. I know you're wise, and I hope you get wealthy. How about that? Same here. I got Smith and Garry's, Phil. Smart man. Sub drunk. I think he's giving Ian Garry a good fight. Dude, yeah, that fight, it's practically a toss-up. Carlos Prates, I think, is going to give Ian Garry all he can handle. Being it's a 5-round fight, though, I do expect Garry to have better cardio, too. The guy's just... No matter what you think about him personally, things he said online, whatever's going on, the guy is insanely disciplined. He's got a fire that burns, I think, comparable to Conor McGregor when Conor McGregor was on that streak leading up to the big Jose Aldo fight. I really think he's that motivated. We've seen the talent. If he passes this test of Carlos Prates, he's next. I'm going to call it right now. He is next for the welterweight title shot. Unless he gets injured, I would be amazed if anyone else jumps in there. Besides the fact he's super marketable and they need a new cash cow over there in Ireland. What's up, Econ Boom? Or Econ Bo. I don't know why I wanted to say boom. What's up, fellas? Gonna be a good night of fights. Garry buys sub tonight. Fellas, bet the house. Yeah, like I said, I do really like Garry. As I mentioned, he's not my lock. Michelle Pajeda at minus 142 is my lock. Obviously, it's Iskra Meliskarov if you're not looking at odds, but that's not really a bettable fight. When I want to do a lock of the week, the odds have got to be pretty close. And so... That's why I picked Michelle Pajeda over Abus Magomedov for lock of the week. Still getting drunk. Been actually sick with a cold past few days. It felt a lot better. Still sick. Sorry to hear that, man, but I'm glad you're on the mend. Carlos is a smoker, too. Yeah, we're going to see how that happens. You guys remember Ricardo Mayorga would smoke on the way? He'd be smoking at the weigh-in. He would have 5-6 cigarettes in his mouth at a time. He was a great showman. His cardio always stood up. I don't know how much he actually smoked, though, and how much of that was a show. It's hard to say. But great showman. I miss Ricardo Mayorga. Still getting drunk. Yes, sir. Still getting drunk. All right, guys. Unfortunately, I got to wrap it up. For anybody that didn't hear, just a quick breakdown. Prayers and thoughts and prayers for my wife, if you will. She's going into surgery here soon. She's going to have a hysterectomy to remove a growth she has. We just pray it's not cancer. I'm going back to work as she's going to have to leave work temporarily. And right now it's a 3:30 to midnight. So these evening shifts, it just... that's what I'm going to be on for the near future. And I don't exactly know when it's going to end, but today's only my 4th day back, so I can't really make a lot of demands. Can't stand Mayorga. He's Nicaraguan as I am and was an embarrassment to us. I can understand how you would feel like that, but I love a showman, man. I really do. A lot of times that's kind of my Achilles. Not a guy I'm sure I would spend much time with outside of boxing. Hope things go well. My Godspeed. Thank you, Phil. All right, guys, I got to head off to work. If you want to continue this chat with each other, I think most of you guys are in the Fights with Friends chat. I think everybody in here is in the group, so let's keep that going in there. I'll try to, I'm sure I'll get on there off and on when I'm at work and breaking things. I should have just a tiny bit of time. Until then, as always, I love you, I respect you, and I'll see your fine asses next time.